My family isn't perfect by any means. There's always been a lot of mess and a lot of stress. And sometimes it has felt like I could hardly make it through the day because there was always thing after thing after thing. Sometimes I wondered how any mom gets anything done. But life was full of joy amidst all the things.
Uh-oh, mom's on defense.
He stole that out of my hand.
And we always made time and room to come to the table as a family. It was always the highlight of my day. I remember telling my husband I was worried about who our kids would grow up to be. He said who they grow up to be will be a reflection of how we treat them now. So we gave them all the time we could and all the love we had. And so our time around the table was all the more cherished. Time for stories, for prayers, and of course, for laughter. And then a diagnosis changed everything. My world came crashing in. And the man who played and raised and changed my children's life was gone. I found myself barely being able to breathe.
Bye, Mom. See you later.
Let alone be the mom I knew my kids needed. And the mess and the stress became overwhelming, and figuring out dinner just seemed impossible. I was worried about who our kids would grow up to be without their dad, with just me. I wonder if my friend knew just how much those dinners would mean to us as a family.
Got it?
That it was an answer to prayer, to remind us of what mattered most. Jed started cleaning, Benny picked a dinner to cook, and Ava set the table. They were loving me. It was a beautiful thing to see. When I noticed the extra place setting, where my husband should have been, I grew silent. Ava said to leave it, that she missed him, and we should remember him this way. And so we continued to come around the table and have what we started to call Dinner with Dad, where we could celebrate him and talk about how much we miss him. Through those dinners and the time at our table, we found healing and a renewed love for each other. While we don't set a place for my husband anymore, I still see him around the table in each of my kids. And because we've come back to the table, I know our kids will grow up how we always dreamed.